Ever since the last video, I've had people asking me to do the male version of the Korean 10. I would say the ideal Korean man loosely falls into two categories. Until very recently, Koreans have been obsessed with typing people into their individual Myers-Briggs personality types, the MBTIs. It's still heavily used in Korea currently, but recently we've simplified those categories even further into Egen nam and Teto nam. Egen nam is short for estrogen man and Teto nam is short for testosterone man. So an Egen nam is a man who's slightly more in his feminine. He might have longer hair that's well groomed and styled. They might have slightly paler skin and they might have a keen interest in cosmetics and skincare. They are pretty interested in fashion and looking stylish, and they have a very curated Instagram feed. In terms of personality and their character, they might be slightly more feminine too. Listening to slightly more sad music, they might get lovesick and they might complain a little bit, they might get a little bit pissy, but they also could have a lot of aegyo, and words of affirmation is their love language. On the other hand, we have Tetonam, so basically think typical alpha male. He doesn't give a F about a curated Instagram feed. He will be into the gym and lifting weights, and their skin might be on the darker side from playing outside sports. These guys probably won't be into grooming as much, and they might have shorter hair and things just to keep things as low maintenance as possible. They care about money, success, and self-development, and they might be quite simple-minded in this aspect. On Egen Nam might be slightly more introspective and philosophical and more deep into his thoughts. The Tetonams are less likely to get upset about the small things. They'll probably be more stoic, but also at the same time they could come off as less affectionate and more cold. But this Egen Nam and Tetonam phrase, they refer more to the guy's character rather than his appearance. You could have an Egen Nam who really works out a lot and he looks very tough, but he's very much a softie inside. So it's not necessarily down to the appearance, but there's a higher chance of them looking like the stereotypes. This is not just for the men, but you could apply this for women too. So you could have Tetonya and Egenya. A Tetonya is badass, she's a boss bitch, she doesn't pine for men, she's very independent, will get stuff done on her own. Whereas an Egenya, she will be the ultra hyper feminine girly pops girl who's more likely to get her feelings hurt. She's much more of a softie, she's a lot more aegyo and cutesy. Me myself, I identify more as a Teto girl because I'm a female ENTJ, and I do tend to be more attracted to the Tetonams, the strong alpha types. But it really depends on the type of girl. There are plenty of girls who much prefer the softer boys. They find these types of guys to be way more like assholes, which fair enough, you know? Yeah, but what about you guys? Which of these types do you prefer?